Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mritkarma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. Om, peace, peace, peace. The subject of today's talk is God listens 100 times. And we have a guest speaker, Swami Chetanananda Maharaj. He is a monk of the Ramakrishna order and is the Minister of Vedanta Society of Kansas City and St. Louis. He has been associated with the order since 1950. He officially joined the order as a monk in 1960. He was initiated by Swami Prapannananda, the 7th president of the order and the private secretary of Swami Prapannananda, a direct disciple of Ramakrishna Paramahansa. Before coming to United States, the Swami worked in the publication and editorial departments of Advaita Ashrama at Mayavati Himalayas and its branch in Calcutta. He served as the Assistant Minister of the Vedanta Society of Southern California, Los Angeles, from 1971 to 1978. In 1977-78, he served as Vice President of the Inter-Religious Council of Southern California, and at present is a cabinet member of Interfaith Partnership of St. Louis. He was transferred to St. Louis, Missouri in March 1978 and served as Assistant Minister of the Vedanta Society of St. Louis under Swami Satprakashananda. He became the Minister of the Society in January 1980 after the death of Swami Satprakashananda in November 1979. He is also the Minister of the Vedanta Society of Kansas City, Missouri. The Swami has written, translated and edited many books in English, Bengali and Sanskrit. He has produced 3 documentary videotapes and 6 chanting series. Following is a list of some of his publications in English. Ramakrishna, a biography in pictures, Holy Mother, a biography in pictures, Ramakrishna and his divine flame, Ramakrishna as they saw him, they lived with God, God lived with them, Girish Chandra Ghosh, a Bohemian devotee of Ramakrishna, how to live with God in the company of Ramakrishna, Vedanta, voice of freedom, Vivekananda, East meets West, Mahendranath Gupta, meditation and its methods, a guide to spiritual life, teachings of Swami Brahmananda, how a shepherd boy became a saint, teachings and reminiscences of Swami Adbhutananda, spiritual treasures, letters of Swami Turiyananda, Avadhuta Gita, the song of the ever free. So we are very happy. He has written almost same number of books in Bengali, and also his writings are scattered in many of our magazines in English and Bengali. So we are very happy that he has come to us, and he comes almost every year. I think every year we can say, and I am very happy that he conducted yesterday a very successful retreat, and today he has agreed to speak on this subject. God listens 100 times. So Swamiji, please.
आत्मा में शुद्धं तम ज्योतिरहं विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासम् अंतरात्मा में शुद्धंतम ज्योतिरहम विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासम परमात्मा में शुद्धंतम ज्योतिरहम विरजा विपाप्मा भूयासम. May my body become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. May my mind become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. May my soul become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, 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 people. My topic this morning, God listens 100 times. It was 19th September 1884. Pratap Chandra Hazra asked Sri Ramakrishna, does God listen to our prayer? That was the question. Does God listen to our prayer? And the answer was, Akshabar. That was Ramakrishna's answer. 100 times. Then Sri Ramakrishna put two more words. But the prayer should be genuine and sincere. These are the two conditions he put. It should be genuine and sincere. Antarik. The prayer must come from the innermost heart. We pray verbal prayer. This moment you pray something, next moment you pray something else. Oh Lord, I want you, I cannot bear any more sufferings in this world. Next moment again we jump into my, I want this, I want that. Our mind swings continuously. That Sri Ramakrishna says, Dan, Man, Pran, Diye Prarthana. Your body, your mind, your heart, all should be focused into one direction. Then it will be very powerful, one point. That prayer becomes the prayer which comes from the innermost heart, which is very sharp, very pointed. Scattered clouds, no problem. But we live in Midwest. When the tornado cloud forms, you can see deep, deep. And when it blows 150 miles, 200 miles speed, it blows away trees, plants, homes. That kind of prayer we want, with tremendous speed, one point. That's Sri Ramakrishna said. It must be antarik. It must come from the innermost heart. In the Catholics, they have prayer of heart, heart prayer. The Sacred of Heart, there is a group of nuns, they practice that kind of prayer. But the prayer must be genuine and earnest. Do people make the world, do worldly-minded people weep for God as they do for wife and children? That's the Ramakrishna said. This assurance of Ramakrishna is the topic today. Everybody prays. Why? We have wants. But an illumined soul does not pray. Why? He has no wants. What happens to that person? Brihadaranyaka Upanishad put 4 words. Akamo, Nishkamo, Aptokamo, Atmokamo va. Akamo means his mind doesn't go outside anymore. There is no more desire for having any external objects, sense objects. That is Akamo. Nishkamo means his desires are completely uprooted. There is no seed of desire in the mind. That is called Nishkam. And Aptokamo means Purnokam. His desires are all full. And Atmokamo means he is contented with the self. Let me give an example, you will understand what I mean. Here is an empty pitcher, and if you push that pitcher in the water, it makes pop, pop, pop sound, because water is entering in the pitcher. When the pitcher is full, no more sound. No more sound. That happens to an illumined soul. This prarthana, desire, comes from what? Sometimes I ask people, you people are coming to Vedanta for many years. Please watch one thing. All these billions of people in this world, they are rotating in these three places, according to Shankara. Avidya, Kama, Karma. Why do you work? To fulfill your desire. Why do you have desire? Because you have ignorance. Ignorance, desire, action. Ignorance, desire, action. All these people, including ourselves, we are all rotating, continuously rotating. So we have desires. Shankara mentioned in his Muni Ratnamala, Ko Doridra, who is poor? Answer, Yesya Trishna Vishala. He who has many desires, that person is poor. You may be Bill Gates, that doesn't matter. You might have $75 billion. But still you are poor, because you have desires. Desires, and we have already prayed. Kamo mayu vayam purusha. All human beings have desire. God plays, Brahma plays tricks on human beings. Do you know why? He said, I am God. I played with my Maya a lot. But I am the Maya is my Shakti, power. I have full control over my Maya. Now you, my children, I give you all desires, now you play. So we are playing with our desire. One desire is full, another desire comes, another desire is full, another desire comes. Unending desires. I remember when I was in college in economic class, the topic was human wants. That was the topic. In the second or third class in the economy, the professor came. Today we shall talk only about wants. One of the characteristics of human wants is insatiable. It will never be fulfilled. One desire comes, you fulfill that one, next desire, all are lined up, all desires. And if there is no desire, the economy will fail. All markets, shopping malls will be closed. Just think of that. Why did God create all these desires? That is moving. If you have no desires, you will be in samadhi. That's all. No desires. So, prarthana. This prayer also is of two kinds, Shakam, Nishkam. Some people desire with motive, some people desire without motive. What is desire with motive? We read in the Chandi, our scripture says, Rupam Dehi, Jayam Dehi, Yasho Dehi, Tishu Jayi, Shobhagam Aruggam Dehi, even when you give me beauty, Rup. Jayam Dehi, give me victory, mother. Yasho, give me name, fame. Disho Joyi, destroy my enemies, my obstacles. Shobhagam, give me good fortune. Arugam, make me free from diseases. Even say, Bhajyam Manoramam, they give me a very beautiful wife. All these things are in the scriptures. That is called Shakam Prarthana. Desire, prayer with motive. The moment you establish a relationship with God, you can demand. You will have to fulfill. In our scripture also there is a Nishkam Prarthana. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Sarve Bhadrani Pushyantu. Sarve Santu Niramaya. Let all beings be free from disease. Let all beings be happy. Let all beings see good. Let no being be subject to misery. This is also Nishkam Prarthana. Even Buddha, when he would sit for meditation, before beginning, he used to send prayer. Facing the east, he used to say, let all beings be happy, let all beings be peaceful, let all beings be blissful. Same thing he would say facing the west, facing the south, facing the north. Do you know this kind of prayer, what happens? The thing which you will project, that thing will come back to you. If you show a smiling face in front of the mirror, you get a smiling reflection. Gloomy face, gloomy reflection. The thief who sends good bad things toward the world, those things will come back to you. So, this is prayer. Krishna says 4 kinds of people pray. Artho, Jiggasho, Artharthi, Gyani. Artho, afflicted people pray. Like we find those who have read the Mahabharata know Draupadi was praying to Krishna. This Dushasana has taken the cloth from my body, protect me, save me, Krishna. That is Artha. Jiggashu, we find Jiggashu is our Uddhava, Janaka, they are the Jiggashu. They are going to God and praying, answer our questions. Artharthi, Shugri, the Raja of Surat, our scripture says these people asked money, wealth, kingdom from God. And Nishkam, Shukadeva, Shanaka, Shananda, Prahlada, these devotees only want God, I want you. That is also prayer. But do you know what is the secret? All these desires will bind you. But if I want God, I want you, I want you. That is also prayer. That will release you. Our scripture says, Akamo Vishnu Kamo Va. Desire for God is not considered of a desire. Why? Because desire binds the soul. But that desire releases the soul. This is the thinking of the Shakam and Nishkam Prarthana. Prayer. In our scriptures, there are various kinds of prayers. Jajati, they are in the cave king, he had a desire for enjoyment. So he said, I am too old, I cannot enjoy. So God gave him a boon that if you can exchange your youth from somebody, you can enjoy. So he borrowed youth from his young son and gave his old age to him and enjoyed 1000 years. They go quite well, quite a long distance, of course. After 1000 years enjoyment, do you know what is his experience? Na jatu kaman kamanam upavagina saimati avisha krishna vartvaiva bhuyo evavi vartate. After 1000 years of sense pleasure, that experience is told humanity. Enjoyment cannot be satisfied by enjoyment. It increases more and more and more. As you pour ghee, butter into the fire, the flame will come more and more. So enjoyment cannot be satisfied by enjoyment. So he gave back to his youth, to his son, and took his old age and went for tapasya. That is our Indian scripture. Sometimes God fulfills our desires and to protect them. Very, very funny story. What happened, Narada and Parvata, two saints, both are devotees of Vishnu, they fell in love with the daughter of King Ambarisha. Her name was Srimati. So Narada went to Vishnu and said, Lord, I want to marry that girl. Please, but my competitor is Parvat. So tomorrow will be Swayamvara, the bridegroom selection ceremony. Let Srimati see Parvat like a monkey. Because so that I may get that girl. So Vishnu said, Tathas, so be it. Then Narada came back, he thought that I will marry Srimati. Parvat also secretly went to Vishnu and said, Lord, I want to marry that girl. Let Narada is my competitor. Let Narada look like a Hanuman. Vishnu said, Tathast. Next day when Srimati came to Swayamvara, found one monkey and one Hanuman standing there. He did not see. She did not see any Narada and Bhargava. Then, that way, Vishnu protected his two devotees, giving a boon, fulfilled their prayers. We have also prayer for God, sometimes plays various ways, Vishnu, Shiva is a wonderful person, he always gives boon. So there is a demon named Brikashur, prayed to Shiva, and Shiva came, what boon do you want? What is your prayer? My prayer, on whose head I shall put my hand, that person's head should disappear. Shiva said, Tathastu, let it be, so be it. Then this Asur, this demon said, Oh Lord Shiva, let me experiment that thing on you first. Then what happened, do you know what? Shiva started to run. He went to earth, heaven, and everywhere he was running, and this demon was chasing him. Then Vishnu found that Shiva is in trouble. He came forward to Shiva. She took the form of a very beautiful young boy, lovely boy, and said, Hey king of demons, why are you running? Well, I am running because Shiva gave me a boon. I want to do experiment on him, but he is running. So I am chasing him. Then Vishnu put his Mohini Maya in his mind. I had an idea that you were such a wise person and you trusted Shiva. You do not know. He lives in cremation ground, besmeared with ashes, and his disciples are ghosts and hobgoblins. He smokes marijuana and and you trust him. Whether he is right or wrong, why don't you put your hand on your head and experiment yourself? How God prays, giving a fulfill the prayer, he can just This is all Hindu stories, but very, very interesting. So be careful about prayer. Don't think that all people want to pray only the good thing, only Lord, prosperity, wealth, money, enjoyment. No. Kunti, mother of Arjuna, prayed to Krishna, Vipada, give me more danger, more problem, more trouble. Why? Then I shall think of you and you will come to me. And that way I shall get the company of God. And not only that, if I see you, no punarbhava. There will be no rebirth for me. I shall merge in divine. Just see, she is asking, praying for trouble, for pain, for suffering from his. Don't think that everybody prays the same thing as we pray, you know. Saint Teresa of Avila. I love Saint Teresa's life. Most people pray Shukh, happiness, Satchanda, comfort, Shastra, good health, Shampa, wealth. Some people pray for heaven. But the real devotee only prays, Lord, I want you. I do not want all this Maya. The mystics also go through this kind of spiritual journey. Saint Teresa was going to open a convent in Toledo, which is in Spain. At that time she has a horse wagon. She was going. On the way, one of the wheels of the horse wagon came off. And the wagon turned and fell into a ditch, into water. And she was injured. And she prayed to Jesus, Lord, I was going to work for you. And this is the way you treat your devotees. I love you. I am a devotee. And this is the way you treat me. Jesus said, Teresa, this is the way I test my devotees. Then Teresa replied, that is the reason you have only a few. You have very few, Lord, I tell you frankly. Your test is a very hard test. There was another German mystic, I love that life. His name was Henry Suso. He was a contemporary and disciple of Master Eckhart. Great mystic. Suso one day was giving a talk to the nuns in a convent, and he said to the sisters, Jesus, Lord has forgotten me. Then the sister asked, why, brother? My life is very smooth, no problem at all, very comfortable life, easygoing life. Now I have a highly good time. So he has forgotten me. Meanwhile, a monk came and knocked and asked and said to, but I want to see Suso right now. So he came out. What is the matter? But the one baron is mad that he wants to kill you. Why? His only daughter has become a nun because of your influence. Many girls joined the convents. She became a nun, so the baron is so mad, wants to kill you. So I have come here to caution you. Then Suso again entered the convent class. Sister, God now loves me. He gave me problem again. This is the time, this is the test. When trials and tribulations come to our life, if we can hold our mind in God, that means God loves you. Comfort and easygoing life stop our growth. You see, in every religion there is prayer. In Christianity, lot of prayer. I have a book, they call it Methodist prayer book. My goodness, huge volume, full of prayers. Jesus, of course, emphasized on prayer. The Lord's Prayer we know, our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done. Lead us not unto temptation, give us this day our daily bread. All these things we Christian people, most Christian people, they recite. Prayer. Same thing in the Muslim community, we find there are 5 times of prayer. In Vedantic tradition also, or in traditional Orthodox Hindus, Trishanda Gayatri. 3 times they repeat mantra, Gayatri mantra. Now, on 24th April 1883, Sri Ramakrishna was in the Shiti Brahmo Samaj. So a Brahmo devotee asked a question, Mahasaya, upay ki? Sir, what is the way? Sri Ramakrishna said, upay, way, onura, means love for God and prarthana and prayer. Then the Brahmo devotee is asked, is onurag first or prarthana first? First love, then prayer, or first prayer and then love? Sri Ramakrishna said, first love, then prayer. Why? Here is the secret. You know, on the street, the beggars beg. They do not pray, they beg. Prayer, the devotee, when they establish a relationship with God, they pray. Just like children, they force their parents, we love you. You must fulfill our wishes, our desires. So, the moment you establish a relationship with God, you can demand, you will have to fulfill my wishes. First onura, first you have love, and then you pray. Then Sri Ramakrishna continued, Sarvadai ta naam gunagan kirtan, prarthana korte hai. Chant, glorify God's name and pray. Then he said, do you know what? My Guru taught me, Sri Ramakrishna's Guru, Todapuri. If it is a brass vessel, if we do not clean it every day, there will be stain. So clean every day. That means prayer and meditation will clean your mind. You know, sometimes I give the illustration. Swamiji was in Pasadena, the house of the meat sister. And Mrs. Wyckoff's son name was Ralph. Ralph was a teenager boy. Swamiji would call Ralph. Immediately Ralph knew what Swamiji wants. Cigarette. Ralph will go into Swamiji's room and bring cigarette. Then Swamiji will smoke. Ralph. God is so near to us and people do not see. Why, Swamiji? Ralph, how do you see? I see with my eyes, Swamiji. Ralph, can you see your own eyes? The boy was a little confused. No, but if I stand in front of a mirror, I can see my eyes. With the eyes you see everything, but you cannot see your own eyes. But in front of the mirror you can see your eyes. Then Swamiji replied, Ralph, that is the answer. That is the answer, Ralph. To see God, you need only a clean mind. That mind is the mirror. If your mind is free from impurities and ignorance, you will see God immediately. That Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. We need a clean mind. For that cleaning mind, do you know what Sri Ramakrishna's prescription? That he told Swami Shivananda. One day, Mahapurush Maharaj was, I think it is in Nahabat, Western Veranda or Panchavati. He was praying and tears coming from his eyes. Sri Ramakrishna came and watching his disciples' eyes. Very good, very good. I am very happy that you are crying. You know what sentence Sri Ramakrishna said? Janma janmantarer moner glani anurag osrite dhuye muche jay. That was Sri Ramakrishna's exact words. The impurities which have been accumulated birth after birth. If you cry to God, those impurities will be washed away. That was a very hopeful message Sri Ramakrishna gave. Not only that, somebody asked, Sir, kishe hoy? Sri Ramakrishna said, Roj ekbar kore kante paro. Can you weep once a day? That was Sri Ramakrishna's prescription. How to pray? It so happened, Swami Prapannananda, at that time he was a teenager boy, came to Sri Ramakrishna. Hey, do you pray? Yes. When you pray, do you cry? Yes, sometimes. If tears come from the which side of the eyes tear comes? He was confused. Listen, my boy. If tears comes from the inner corner, this corner, near the nose, that tears come from repentance. And if the tears come from the outer corner, that comes from ecstasy. I know sometimes we wonder how Thakur knew all these things. Then Sri Ramakrishna was demonstrating, look how to pray. At that time, perhaps he was 48, 49 years old. It was sometimes 84, 85. He lay down on his cement floor. And like a child, you know, when they cry, they put their two hands like this and 2 feet on the floor. Did you see the babies do? He started to cry. And crying and tears, the floor was full of tears. And this young boy, Swami Prapannananda, was watching. He is demonstrating how to pray. You know, somebody asked Swami Shivananda, he said, could you tell us what Sri Ramakrishna said? Well, we can tell you what Sri Ramakrishna said, but we cannot show you how he said. His gesture, his posture, something, he will penetrate inside you. Swami Prapannananda never forgot that episode. That how Sri Ramakrishna demonstrated how to pray. You know, when we read the gospel or the divine play, sometimes those who are devotees, I tell them, try to visualize. It is called meditation according to meditation on the Leela. I remember I was in Kansas City, a rich lady, her husband was a grain merchant, devout Catholic. Swami, I am going, she was a friend of our Mrs., or my host. Swami, I am attending Mass last 25 years. I am not getting any joy. Could you teach me your Vedantic meditation so that I can get some joy? But I shall not be a member of your center. I think that is fine. I said, you close your eyes and try to visualize. Jesus is walking through the street. The multitude followed Jesus. Jesus entered the house of Simon. Mary Magdalene came. She washed the feet of Jesus with her tears. Then she wiped the feet of the Lord with her long hair. She opened the alabaster box, then anointed the feet of Jesus. Jesus put his two hands on her head and blessed her. You try to visualize this scene one after another. Then you see your watch. You will see that 50, without visualizing the first scene, don't take the next scene. Then you see your watch. You will see 15 minutes you lived with God. 15 minutes you lived with Jesus. This is called meditation, according to Leela, divine play. That we find in Sri Ramakrishna side. It demonstrates various kinds of prayer and meditation. Anyhow, it is a very, very interesting subject, I tell you frankly. Then Sri Ramakrishna told Hazra, you know, you pray, but do you know what is your problem? Problem is home, hole. Don't you see, in our part of the country, the farmers try to bring water from the river or the canal to the field. Just irrigation, from the channel they bring water. And do you know what happens? If there is, whole day he was bringing water thinking that his field will be full of water, but in the evening he comes and he says there is no water there. Why? There are some holes, all water went down, there is no water in the field. Our prayer doesn't reach God because of the holes. The worldly desires divert our things, this direction, that direction. So it does not go intensely, it does not reach God. Sometimes people think that, one girl, she came to Swami. Based on this word, that God listens 100 times. So she came to Swami and said, Swami, Sri Ramakrishna said, God listened to the prayer. I sincerely prayed for my father who was dying. But God did not listen to my prayer. My father died. So I have doubt about this Sri Ramakrishna's teaching, this prayer. The Swami replied, I am so happy that you sincerely prayed for your father. But do you know the problem? Do you know what did your father pray? Your father was very sick and old and suffering for a long time. He was sincerely praying, Lord, please take me, take me. So God answers your father's prayer. God did not listen to your. That is. Please don't mind. Sometimes it is in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When the devotees pray, God does not answer all prayers. Why? Because he is very wise. Do you like to hear what Chaitanya Charitamrita says? Onna kami jodi kore Krishner bhajan, nama gilo Krishna tare den swacharan, Krishna kaye ama bhaje mage bishoy shuk, amrita chari bish mage eto boro murt, ami biggo ei murkhe bishoy kano dibo, swacharan amrita diya bishoy bhulaibo. It is in Chaitanya Charitamrita, very old script. Nearly 500 years old, big one. So he is telling that when ordinary people seek from God, he says, shh, they are seeking poison. If you go to a doctor and says, could you give me potassium cyanide? The doctor knew that this person is going to commit suicide, he will not give it. So when you ask God, God fulfill my this desire, that desire, he knows it is cyanide. It is very destructive. It will ruin my devotee's life. He does not think. Maharaj, he gives, take me, get rid of this poison. Prayer. Prayer is used in spiritual practice in all religions. Prayer is a conversation with God. It may be formal, as in the written prayer recited in church, or it may be inner prayer of the heart in a solitary place. In either case, it is a communication with God. In Christianity, we know the famous prayer Jesus told his disciples. That was a very embarrassing thing once it happened. There is a group called Contemplative Outreach, started by Father Thomas Keating in Colorado. I know him, he was a very close friend of mine. Big man. Contemplative Outreach, that is the group. So their students also come to a temple. So I told one girl, you know, your Christianity, one thing is lacking. What is lacking, Swami? You do not have any guru, you do not have any mantra, and you do not have any initiation tradition, and guru, ishta, mantra. These are the three things connected with initiation. Guru selects a mantra and connects it with God. That you do not have in Christianity. She went to Father Keating and said that thing. I was very embarrassed. And then Father told that girl, go and tell Swami, our answer is in Matthew 6:6. In the Matthew, that section in the Bible, Jesus said, go in the closet and pray in secret, and the God will reward you in private, publicly. When you pray, go to your room, shut the door, and pray your Father who is in secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. That was in 6:6 in Matthew. Jesus also asked his disciples, be vigilant, watch and pray that you may not enter into temptation. Prayer is a sincere, sensible, affectionate pouring out of soul to God. Martin Luther said, the fewer words, the better prayer. Prayer is not eloquence, but earnestness. St. Ambrose says, prayer is the wing wherewith the soul flies to heaven, and meditation the eye wherewith we see God. In Buddhism, Buddha emphasized on self-effort. Still, when he would seek for meditation, he also prayed for others. The greatest prayer, he says, is patience. In the morning, prayer is the key that opens to us the treasures of God's mercies and blessings. In the evening, it is the key that shuts us up under His protection and safeguard. How important it is to pray in the morning and evening. One day Sri Ramakrishna said, Mother, you only listen when I pray, but can you not see when it is in my heart? That is real prayer, prayer of the heart. God hears no more than the heart speaks, and if the heart be dumb, God will certainly be deaf. Swami Vivekananda one day made a remark, do you know what? Prayer, you people pray? All human beings pray to themselves. I pray to myself. What do you mean, Swami? In this human system, two persons live, Jivatma and Paramatma. This individual soul and the Supreme Soul. This individual soul sometimes is in trouble, pain. We have so many problems. At that time, we do not find the way out. So, we look upward. We seek help. We see the Supreme Self within and ask help. Please help. Please help. Actually, God is nothing but the Supreme Self, the Atman, Brahman. So we are always seeking our own self. That Swamiji said. I like this conversation. What is really prayer? Prayer is nothing but a conversation with God. As my prayer, it is Soren Kierkegaard. As my prayer becomes more attentive and inward, I had less and less to say. I finally became completely silent. I started to listen, which is even further removed from speaking. I first thought that praying entailed speaking. I then learned that praying is hearing, not merely being silent. This is how it is. To pray does not mean to listen to oneself speaking. Prayer involves becoming silent and being silent and waiting until God is heard. That is a beautiful statement. There are 4 stages of prayer. First, I talk, you listen. Second, you talk, I listen. Third, neither talks, both listen. Fourth, neither talks, neither listens, silence. That is the way. Listen. How to listen? Let me tell you how to listen. When you have any problem, don't make a hasty decision. Wait for 3 days. At that time, when your mind is very disturbed, just don't do anything. Just keep quiet and ask your conscience, tell me, what shall I do? Your antarjana, the indwelling self, will talk to you. Do you know how does it work? When you do right, your inner conscience says you did right. When you do wrong, some mischievous things or wrong things, your conscience says you did wrong. Really, somebody is always talking to us. We do not know how to listen. If you read, there is a chapter in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, Antarjami Brahman, a big section. He Antaram Jamayati, who is functioning in the mind and talking to us. First learn how to listen. That comes through silence. First silence the body, second silence the senses, then silence the mind. Then you will hear that inner voice. You know, those who practice spiritual disciplines, the mystics, they hear that voice. Thakur, all the time he was listening. We were quite often used to say, I have seen one man in my life who used to talk to God in front of us. Mother was guiding him. Prayer. You know, I have seen some people, they are like this. He listens. God's command, mother's command. That is called real prayer, prayer of the heart. I wrote 40 pages of Ramakrishna's prayer. Sometimes when you are sick, we pray. Sri Ramakrishna has cancer. Shashadat Tarko Chudamani, the great Punjitan, came and said, "Sir," it is in this Chandogya Upanishad, I think it is in the 7th chapter. In one of Brahman, whatever you will think, that thing will happen, that thing will come to you. Sir, let me tell you one thing. If you put your mind on your throat and say, let it go, let cancer go, this instantly the cancer will go. It must go, otherwise all the scriptures are wrong. Sri Ramakrishna said, you are a Pandit, why do you say so? I cannot pray that thing. Swami Vivekananda was there, Brahmananda was there. This mind I have given, this body, this mind I have given to the mother. How can I take it that my mother cure my body? And everything I have given to the mother. Mother knows what is best for me, what is good for me. I cannot say, mother, do this, do that. You see, our problem is we think God is our servant, God, give me this, give me that, we curse him, we criticize him. I sometimes make joke also. I sometimes say, if our prayer doesn't work, I say, Sri Ramakrishna, you have become old. Your hearing is a little bit bad. We shall raise some money and buy a hearing aid, put in your ear. I sometimes say that, right? What to do? Master doesn't answer prayer, so I have to supply a hearing aid to him. So what happened? Thakur had the cancer, he said, I cannot do that. Then Swamiji insisted, you will have to do it for us. Swami Prapannananda was praying. Thakur said, all right, I shall try. I shall talk. I shall see what I can do. You people go now from my room. So the Pandit and disciples are out. Sri Ramakrishna said to the mother, Mother, he did not say cure my cancer. He said, Ma, এখানে বড় যন্ত্রণা, there is too much pain. I cannot swallow food. Please do such things so that I can swallow a little bit food. Immediately Divine Mother told him, what? You are eating through so many mouths and still you want to eat this mouth? I put my head down. Then immediately, what Swamiji and his disciples, they came and said, did you talk to the mother? Well, I did. And this mother said, they knew. Master cannot put his mind to cure his disease. No way. As long as we live in Maya, doubt will persist in our minds. The questions rise in our minds again and again. Does God? Does He listen to our prayers? Once, then I told many stories are there. One story I must tell that's Abhornath. He was a disciple of Keshav Chandra Sen, and he was preaching Buddhism. Keshav Chandra Sen, one disciple was preaching Christianity, one disciple Buddhism, one disciple Hinduism, one disciple Islam. That is the Navavidhan Keshav Brahmo Samaj came. Anyhow, this man was preaching Buddhism. He was like a semi monk's dress, and sleeping in an inn, roadside inn. At night, robbers attacked him and took away all his things. And then the head of the robbers said that he may go to the police and report against us. Let us kill him right now. So they are about to kill him. He said, look, I am a mendicant, don't kill me. Why do you want to kill me? No, you may go to police. Then he said, please give me 10 minutes time. Please give me 10 minutes time before you kill me. So he, with wholeheartedly, was praying, Lord, I do not want anything. I don't know, I took this life of monasticism. And he was crying and praying, crying and praying. Out of 100% mind he was praying to God. Then this robber watched him. And he found that he is really a holy person. His mind was changed. He said, no, we shall not kill you. Take your money and everything, we give it to you, we are leaving. This immediately said, God answered my prayer. And hearing this story, Devendranath Majumdar got back faith and came to Ramakrishna. One of the disciples of Ramakrishna read this story of Agarnath and came to Thakur. I am just telling you how prayer works. Swamiji also sometimes tested Sri Ramakrishna. In Belur Math one day he said, Sri Ramakrishna told me, wherever you will carry me, I shall be there. Does Sri Ramakrishna live in Belur Math? Let me check. Then he said, if within 3 days the Maharaja of Gwalior comes to Belur Math, I shall believe that Ramakrishna exists here. Saying so, Swamiji mentally kept this prayer. Then he went to Calcutta. I think next day, the Gwalior Maharaja was going somewhere through the Grand Trunk Road and sent his secretary find out whether Swami Vivekananda is in the monastery or not. He found that Vivekananda was not there, he was in Calcutta, and then they left. Swamiji came back and heard that story that Gwalior Maharaja came. Do you know what did Swamiji do? He ran to the shrine of Belur Math, that old shrine, and bumped his head on the altar. Mother, Master, you exist, you exist, you exist. Prayer, how it works. If it is sincere, it must work. All Indian folklore are full of prayers and stories and prayer and prayer. There are so many prayer books, Prahlad's prayer, Dhruva's prayer. Jesus did not receive everything he asked for. While praying in the Garden of Gethsemane, he asked to be relieved of the cross. Let the cup pass from me, but was not. However, God did give Jesus victory over death in his resurrection. This was not the answer he asked for, but a better one. Like Jesus, we should pray, not my will, but thy will be done. God insisted Ramakrishna pray, as I said, that prayer, Sri Ramakrishna could not pray even for his own life. But we like to dictate God, as I told you, that he is just like our servant. If we do not do it, then God does not exist. We sign the name in the list of the atheists. That is the way it goes. But I tell you one thing, the value of the prayer. When I was in Hollywood, sometimes I would ask some people, do you have any friends? Some people say, no, Swami. I cannot trust anybody. Some may manipulate me, some may abuse me, some may do anything to me. I question, if you do not have a friend, বন্ধুহীনের জীবন বড় দুঃখপূর্ণ. If you have no friend, it is very painful life. Do you know what? Sometimes our hearts are full of agony and heaviness and worries and anxieties. We must release. We must take those things out. So we need somebody. If you do not have any human friends, you must have friendship with God. He will not betray you. He will not gossip against you. He will listen. Sometimes in prayer it really works. Really it works. Sometimes crying, praying, it relieves our heaviness of our heart. I wrote this prayer, many sections are there. The need for prayer, prayer for God, for the vision of God. Sri Ramakrishna prayed for devotion. God is kalpataru, wishful blooming tree, but be careful. No, don't speak anything which may give you trouble. Then you don't seek any occult power. His conversation with the Divine Mother, how he tried to hide himself, for that reason he prayed. Then he prayed for others to cure their diseases. He taught people how to pray, overcome lust. Out of fear also, some people pray. He prayed for his monastic disciples. He prayed for his devotees. He prayed for petitionary prayer. Mother, do this for me, this. Then Obhiman Obhijo, picked, complaining to God. Hey, you bring all sorts of people. This is a broken drum. If you beat too much, it will break. He was praying that a lot of people are coming to him for help. At that time he had cancer. So he was complaining and quarreling with Divine Mother. You gave me this horrible disease in my body. What can I do? Now you teach yourself. Those prayers are so sweet. From the Brahmos, how Sri Ramakrishna quoted others' prayers. Then he said, Bhagavan kan khodke. He listens everything, even whisper. Even he listens the sound of the anklets of the tiny ant. He listens. When the Muslims shout, pray loudly. Oh, is God deaf that you are prayer? The last story I shall tell you. One story I shall tell you. There was a famous Catholic mystic. Her name is Catherine of Genoa. Her attendant maid came to her and said, my husband is dying. I curse, I have no faith in God. I am serving holy people, but please do something for me. Catherine said, I cannot pray to cure your husband, but one thing I can do. I can go to the shrine in the chapel, and in my prayer I can carry your husband to God. That I can do. And let God decide what is good for your husband. That I can do. So she went to the shrine. The first thing you must know is that at this very moment God is not alienated from him, and therefore cares for him more than it is possible for you or me at our very best to care for him. That is the first thing you must realize, and therefore I cannot ask God to do anything for him that God, of the immense loving kindness of his heart, would not do. And as he is God, he is therefore doing And what I will do is that when I go into the light, I will take him with me. She is said to have gone out of the room at that time to pray, and at that very time the pain became manageable, and the man whose suffering turned from what we call a helpless torment, a struggle and effort to sustain the anguish. He was able to turn his mind with trust to God and so died. What God's will be done, let it be done. Anyhow, another story I shall tell, that when you pray, do you know what is the life force of the prayer? Whether prayer works or not? Two things, love and faith. Love and faith are just like the rocket which shoots the prayer to God. Love and faith. That is the prana, vitality of the prayer. I love you and I have faith. God will listen to me. These two things, please remember. That I finished it. Let me tell you what happened. In Dakshineshwar, Swami Prapannananda came and he found that Sri Ramakrishna was seated on his bed and he began to sing a song. Ami Durga, Durga, Durga bole jodi ma mori, akhere sedine nataro kemone dekha jabe go shankari. If I die chanting Durga, 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 Mother's name, in the future, when the final time will come in my life, if you do not rescue me, liberate me, I shall see what kind of mother I am. Saying so, he got down from his cot. His cloth dropped, and he tied his cloth around his waist like this and tightened it. As you have seen some wrestlers, when they put the cloth, they tighten and around the waist, as if I am going to fight with you. And Swami Prapannananda was watching. Right? Then, he went into Samadhi. But that day, do you know what I saw? Master demonstrated to me. He was the embodiment of faith and love. Those two things, please remember. The prayer, prayer, prayer. Do you really love him? Do you have faith in him? If you these two, your prayer will be answered.